Who's going to be the new leader of the clown show? That's what this election is going to decide. Before I get too into it, if you like my videos, like, comment, and subscribe, share where you can. Consider donating to my Patreon. Send the link in the description below. Without further ado, I'm going to get into it. So, this election is going to decide a lot of things in my mind. I'm going to talk about my predictions of what I think is going to happen, the possibilities, the outcomes, all of that. I'm going to get really into it. But before I even do that, I want to talk about just a little bit of why I've been basically absent from YouTube and all social media. I've been it's been increasingly difficult for me to make videos over the last couple of years, and that's because the more videos I've done and the more I've just lived life, I've lost more and more hope in humanity. I've never really had hope in humanity, to be honest. I've never thought humanity was anything worth a damn. I never thought humanity was worth saving. I never really cared about too many people in my life. Maybe just, the people closest to me. But other than that, if you weren't somebody relevant in my life, I didn't give a damn about you. That's the truth. But when COVID started, I decided to try to make a difference in the world. I've always been myself. I've always talked against the evils of the world. And not really because I cared about other people, but, and I'm being dead honest, because I was selfish and I wanted my life to be better, right? But the weird thing about that is, and this is where it becomes a little bit unselfish, is in my pursuit of trying to improve my life and make my life better, and I'm not talking about, personally, but just overall, right? Just the world, making the world a better place for myself. That also would, at least in my estimation, help other people. So my selfish desire to improve my life and the world around me would have a side effect of helping others. And then I started to actually care when I was making YouTube videos. So like I said, back to COVID, when that happened, my personal life was being affected to the point where I was like, I need to speak out more than I have in the past, because I took about a few years off from speaking to people, from just trying to change the world for the better. And again, this was a selfish goal that I had, but I took a break from that, from trying to change people's minds, people's hearts, and just teach people about the world around us. And then I said, all right, I need to get back to this, but I'm going to do it on YouTube. I'm going to do it on social media so I can reach more people, right? Because before that, it was just people that I knew in my personal life that I would talk to and try to make a difference wherever I could. But now I was like, this is really annoying me, like to the point where I want it to stop and I want it to end. And the only way for it to end is to stop the evil ones that control the world. The demons, the aliens, whatever you want to call it. And I always say this because people want to play semantics, right? People want to play, oh, well, the Bible says it's demons. Well, these ufologists over here say they're aliens. These scientists say this. I don't want to get into the semantics, right? All you need to understand is that there's a group of evil demons, aliens, whatever, beings, let's call them beings, that control the world. They have different factions within them. There are different types of aliens, different types of demons. But all in all, there is a group of evil entities that controls the world. That's the main point that people need to realize. Once you realize that, then everything else starts to make sense in the world and why things are the way that they are. Humans don't control anything. This is the biggest misconception that humanity has. People think humans run something. They control something. They make rules for something. Everything that you see in this world, whether it's a religion, country, language, government, whatever you think humans created, humans did not create any of it. Humans have no say in anything. You're given the illusion, which is why I'm making this video, by these elections, at least in the United States, that you have some kind of control or some kind of say in your society, in the way your country is run. That's the illusion that you're given. Why? Because if you have a belief that you have some control in the world, then you're less likely to rebel and fight the evil ones that control everything. So you're more likely to go along with the bullshit, aka the clown show that I'm talking about right now, right? That's the whole game right there. Humans were created to be a slave race. All humans. It doesn't matter what race you're a part of. If you think you're free, you're not. We were all created to be a slave race for demons. That's it. Now, is that right? Do I believe that that's the right thing? Do I agree with that? Absolutely not. And that's why I'm trying to fight against it, so we can be free of that. But back to why I stopped making videos and why I don't make videos as much as I used to. And in my old channel, I used to do it all the time. Like almost every day I was making at least one video. Now I'm just like, it's hard for me to do it. And I'll tell you why. Because humans have this, for the most part, I'd say 99% of the human race, and I'm probably being generous with that number, it's probably more, have this innate desire to be controlled and be told what to do. Humans like to be ruled. Humans like to be shepherded, or they like to be sheep, right? They like to be led astray. They like to be led around. They like to be controlled. Yet, the funniest thing about that is they don't. They simultaneously do and don't, and I'll explain. Let's talk about this election, right? This is how I'm going to explain it. People think they have freedom in the United States to vote for who you want to vote for, right? First of all, you don't even get to pick the candidates. You don't get to decide who's running for president, who's running for any office. They just throw these people at you and they say pick. And they, being the ones that control the world, the evil ones, they say, here are the people we've chosen for you to choose between these people. You got to pick one of these people. That's all you get. Let's say there's somebody in your community or somebody you know that you think would be a better candidate. It doesn't fucking matter what you think. What matters is you need to vote for these people. And if you don't vote, guess what? You don't have a say at all. That's the system that they've created for you. Right? Now, these humans, you people out there, and I'm not talking about the good viewers I have, because I have a lot of great viewers. But a lot of people that don't know what's happening, that think they know, they're like, oh, well, I'm free. And I'm free to decide who gets to what? You're free to vote for what? Oh, that's right. You're free to decide who gets to rule your ass. Wow. That sounds like an amazing thing, right? Freedom. What a beautiful thing. You get to pick someone to control your life. That's all this shit is about. That's all these governments are about. That's all these elections are about. You must feel like a great person, huh? If you're one of these people that believes in this shit and you're watching me right now, you must feel swell. Like you're so free, right? You're doing the country's duty, right? Like by picking one of these fucking people, these clowns, to tell you what the fuck to do for the next 4 years. You sure as hell are doing your American duty, right? Your right to vote. You're exercising your right to vote. Don't you feel like a great fucking person? Don't you feel like you're on top of the world? You're fucking nothing. You're trash. You're garbage. That's what I think of you. And anybody that believes in politics, which is 99% of the world, if you don't believe in politics, you believe in religion, you believe in your country, you believe in some bullshit, some idea that was given to you so that you can be controlled by another entity. If you're one of those people, I think you're the lowest of the lowest life forms in the universe. I even think animals are above you. I think insects are above you. And I'm not saying they're much better either, because even in those kingdoms, they have their hierarchies, right? especially in the insect kingdom. But long story short, that's how I look at humans that come to me with politics or religions, or I believe in this person. You should only believe in your fucking self. If everybody believed in themselves and said, I want to rule myself and I want to contribute to the world, whatever your gifts are, your qualities, your abilities, however you feel you can help the world out. If everybody thought like that, the world would be a much better place. But no, instead, we have a bunch of lazy piece of shit humans that want someone else to tell them what to do. They can't wait to be ruled. They can't wait to be controlled. Everybody's so excited to vote for the next fucking person that's going to disappoint them and not do what the fuck they want. Because that's all this shit is. You vote for Trump, you vote for Harris, it doesn't fucking matter. They're not going to do what you want. They're going to do whatever is part of the agenda. If the agenda is to help the people, that's what they're going to do. If the agenda is to hurt the people, that's what they're going to do. It doesn't matter what you want. They have a script already. They've been given a script by the evil ones that control the world, and they will fulfill that script. A lot of people believe in Trump, right? He fools a lot of people. He's a great deceiver because people think he's so righteous. I'm like, he's given that script. He's playing that role to do whatever he's told to do. He's not really that person, but that's what he was chosen to do. He was given that role because they're all, basically everybody is part of this movie or game or whatever you want to call it, right? All this shit is bullshit. It's all fake, but it's all manufactured. And when I say fake, I don't mean like it's not happening, because obviously it's happening, right? Obviously there's going to be an election and we have governments and laws and blah, blah, blah. It's happening, but it's all manufactured. It's all scripted. It's all made to seem as if you have a say in it when you don't. And it's all cohesive. It's like, oh, look, all these things fit together. It's all a system. It's all a society. It's all a government. It's all a country, whatever. We're all in this world together, right? It's all a mirage. It's fake. But it's being made to look like a real thing. And people really believe in this stuff. So for me, this causes me to really look at the world and say, why am I wasting my time talking to people? And the ones that know, right? Most of the people that watch me, they know. You guys already know what's going on. So I'm preaching to the choir, basically. I'm telling you guys what you already know. And a lot of times, if you watch my videos, I sound like a broken record because I keep saying the same shit over and over and over. But you know why I keep repeating what I'm saying? Because nothing is changing. So I have two choices, right? I either stop making videos because I've already said what I needed to say, or I keep trying to reach more people and hope that some of you guys listen and then you take initiative and action in your lives and change the world for the better. So now let's talk about the election. What I think is going to happen. My predictions. In the title, I have it that I want Kamala to win. Now I'm going to explain that. Why do I want Kamala to win? Because if she wins with all the lopsidedness towards Trump, where it seems like Trump is supposed to win, all the polls are in his favor, he's getting all types of endorsements and everybody's on Trump's side, right? And if Kamala wins after all of that shit, I'll be like, what more proof do you need that this is all bullshit? What more proof do you need? I mean, it was already bullshit when Biden won, but do you need it to happen again? How many times does this have to happen before you guys wake up and say this is all bullshit? How many times? Because when they made Biden president, you know what that was? That was a big fuck you to everyone who thought they had a right to vote and a right to choose their president. They were like, oh, just because you guys wanted Trump in there, it doesn't mean anything. We'll put whoever the fuck we want in there. If we want an old, senile, brain dead president that's barely alive to be the president, that's who we're going to put there. It doesn't matter who you voted for. It doesn't matter who won, who got the most votes. It doesn't matter if there was fraud or anything. None of that shit matters. What matters is they get to choose who they want to be the president. So if they choose Kamala and you guys chose Trump, guess who's going to be the president? Kamala Harris will be. And if she wins, again, this is going to be a big, it should have been a wake-up call last time, but obviously it wasn't. But it should be a wake-up call again to you people who really believe in the system. And again, I don't want to say the system is necessarily a bad system, but it's being controlled by evil. That's the problem with the system. All the things that are in this world with religions, and I'm going to talk about religions in my next video, but everything that exists in this world, all the countries, systems, governments, whatever, they're all controlled by evil. So when you have that going on, you can't have a fair system because it can be tampered with. They can change the results as they see fit. Do any of you count the votes? Do any of you know who really won? No, but you have to trust some quote unquote official source that tells you this is who won. This is who you guys voted for. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I don't believe there's as many Democrats as there are Republicans. Or better yet, I don't believe there's as many Harris supporters as there are Trump supporters. And I'm talking about voters, right? I believe if I had to make a prediction, I would say Trump would get at least 70% of the vote. At least. And she would get 30%. And he should win. That's what I think should happen or would happen based on common sense, what I see with my eyes, the people I talk to, the people I know, the people I see online, everywhere. Everything I know in my life points to me telling me Trump should win this election, just like he should have won the last one. But guess what? It doesn't matter. Because if they don't want him to win, he's not going to. That's the bottom line. And none of you can track that. None of you have any way to know that your vote actually counted or your vote was counted or that who you chose, who the majority chose, is actually the winner. You have no way of knowing that. And you never will have a way of knowing that. Maybe back in the day, maybe 100 years ago, it was more fair. And even back then, they could have fucked with it, right? But nowadays, especially since the demons and aliens took over and they're controlling the world, I would say since the 40s or 50s, they're making sure they put who they want where they want. They've been doing this for a long time. They want who they want where they want them in terms of positions of power so that they can control the world easier, right? So obviously, if Harris wins, not only should it be a wake-up call, but you're going to have a lot of people upset. And a lot of this stuff that they're doing, like with the assassination attempts on Trump, that's being manufactured, right? All this shit is to try to radicalize the right or the people that vote Republican, right? To get those people that support Trump to become crazed psychos who are like, we lost our Lord and Savior. We got to go and get revenge against the left. That's what that is all about. They're trying to make the people on the right as psychotic as the people on the left. Now, the people on the left are already psychotic. So, if Trump wins, now here's the flip side. If Trump wins, then you're going to have people on the left going crazy because they're already crazy. But you're just going to get them even more crazy because they hate Trump for no reason whatsoever. They just hate him. They don't know why they hate him. If you ask these people why they hate Trump, they don't even have, and I don't like Trump either. I don't like any of these people. So just let me make clear my political position for you guys that don't know. I'm not in any party. I don't support anyone but myself. That's it. I'm a one-man party. I'm a one-man army. I'm a one-man country, one-man government, one-man whatever, one-man religion. I'm the only person that's in my little cult, okay? Period. So I don't support Trump. I don't support anybody. I don't support Harris, nobody. Just in case you guys were confused. But regardless of that, I can see what other people think and what other people support. And if the left supports Harris and they have no reason why they hate Trump. They just hate Trump because they were told to hate Trump. They're going to go crazy. So again, if you ask these people why they don't like Trump or why they're voting for Harris, they couldn't tell you why they're voting for Harris. They couldn't tell you why they hate Trump. And if they do tell you why they hate Trump, it's usually some made up lie or some bullshit that's not true about Trump. I mean, I could tell you a lot of reasons to hate Trump, but it's not the political shit that they're putting out there. It's because he's actually working with the deep state that he's quote unquote fighting against. He's part of it. He's part of the clown show. So is Harris. They're all buddy buddy. Like I saw this thing, I think it was a couple of days ago, where Trump was doing a roast or whatever. He was doing something where he was talking and he was making fun of Schumer and all these other people, right? Chuck Schumer, right? Chuck Schumer's a Democrat. This dude supposedly hates Trump. He's sitting right behind Trump while Trump is roasting him, and he's having a good time laughing. And I'm like, wow, if I hated somebody and they were roasting me, in front of my face, I wouldn't be fucking laughing about it. Especially the way that these people act about Trump, or the things they say about Trump, like he's supposedly the next Hitler and all the shit they say about Trump. They really hate Trump. Yet they're going to sit right next to the guy and let him roast them. And they're going to laugh it up, yuck it up with him. You know why? Because they're all part of the same little fucking group. They're all part of the little cult. They're all part of the secret societies. They're all part of the whatever you want to call it, right? The deep state. Let's call it the deep state. Because that's what they're throwing around nowadays, right? And Trump is supposed to be the savior from the deep state. He's supposed to help the people against the deep state. Yet he's part of it. He's their main puppet. He's their bread and butter. You know why? Because he galvanizes people, and he makes people either hate him or love him. He's good at dividing the people. So they need Trump. He's their main puppet. They can use him for many things, right? But if I had to go out on a limb, if you guys were like, pick someone who you think's gonna win, I would say Harris, because not only would it be funny, but I see how much they're overhyping Trump, and they're saying Harris has no shot. Harris has no, and I don't know what's gonna happen if Harris wins, because I think they're trying to make this like the last election, or they're trying to make this like a moment in history, in human history, where there's a turning point from us going to, like, we're a normal, civilized, supposedly, quote unquote, civilized society, into some chaotic disorder. Because if you look at the world as a whole, there's so much war or wars that could happen. And it's like, you just need a little spark to set it off. So there's all this talk about World War III. I think we're already in World War III. I think we're in the beginning stages of it. And whatever happens with this election between Trump and Biden, or Harris, I should say, it's going to set off a chain reaction of, it's like a powder keg, or if you ever watch those Looney Tunes animes where you set the little fuse and it just, and then pop, 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 there's all these bombs go off. It's going to be some shit like that. And the little bombs that are going to go off are going to be all the little wars in each part of the world. Like, you have Taiwan and China. You still have Ukraine and Russia. You have Palestine and Israel. And then who knows what else is going to happen. Maybe there'll be a civil war in the United States. I'm not sure about that, because American citizens, I want to say the American citizens are very lethargic. Like, they don't really want to fight each other. Like, I don't really give a shit about who my neighbor votes for. Like, I don't give a fuck about any of this shit. And I think a lot of people really don't care. Maybe there'll be a few militia groups or people that get together and radicalize and try to fight each other over the dumbest shit ever, which is politics. But other than that, I don't really see like a full-blown civil war going on. But I could see the United States being dragged into wars with other countries, just because that's what the United States does. They get their, oh my God, they're always putting their nose in other countries' businesses. Like if there's a country doing something and the United States is their ally, quote unquote, then the United States is over there in their business trying to defend them or whatever. It's always some bullshit that you need not. We always have an excuse to go to war with somebody, right? And if not, we'll invent one, aka 9/11, right? So that's the country of the United States. That's what the United States does. But anyways, I think I said enough. I think you guys get the point. I think Harris is going to win because, and I want her to win just because it would be a real wake-up call to all the people that believe in politics. Do I want her to win because of her policies? No. Because I'm not political and I don't give a fuck. I don't care who wins between these two fucking morons. But if she won, if Biden wasn't a wake-up call, she should be. But I've lost so much hope in humanity because humans are so gullible and they believe anything. I'm like, man, you guys are falling for the dumbest shit. And it's so blatant now that like when I started talking like 20 years ago, it wasn't as obvious how fucked up and corrupted the world was. People knew, but there weren't as many people. Now there's so many people and we have the internet and the information is spreading all over the place, and yet people still can't fucking see the bullshit for what it is. It's crazy to me. And that's what makes it hard for me to make videos, because I'm like, how the fuck do you guys not see this? How can you not see the truth when it's staring you right in your face? It's crazy. But anyways, if you like, comment, subscribe, share where you can. Hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.